everybody!
Hi!
We're back! It has been 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
It seems like only yesterday, but a lot's happened since then.
Yep.
So today is Tuesday the 16th of February 2021.
Pancake day.
Oh, it's Pancake Day!
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a month.
Well, it's been a bit of a year.
Well,
It's definitely been a bit of a month, but things
since
went
we last spoke.
much more smoothly, didn't they?
Yeah, so we're at Mammy's house.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got moved in. So the weekend after we last filmed, we all moved in. We've all moved in here. Me, Alex, the baby, and Mammy.
Mm-hmm.
While our house is getting renovated.
Oh, goodness, gutted.
Gutted. Absolutely gutted.
Scary.
Very scary. We'll talk about that more at the end.
Yeah.
In case you don't want life stories, you're just here for the stitching. But yes, so we were talking about what we're grateful for.
Yeah.
As we try and do at the start of these. And I think we just decided that we were grateful for our craft.
Oh.
It's been a bit of a lifeboat.
Saved us, hasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So last time we talked about how you were missing your stash.
Oh, yes.
Because it was all in the storage unit.
Yeah. I never ever got to see the storage unit.
No, you didn't want to. It wasn't pleasant. No, we just hired the removal men to come and do that for us.
I was just worried about me. Whoa.
It was all alone.
The mice might get it.
There was no mice.
Yeah.
But it was gold and she didn't know where it was. So we moved everything in. But, I mean, there's still boxes here.
Yeah.
So everything's a bit upside down. But on...
I think we've done pretty good.
Yeah.
Considering we've moved a baby in as well.
So on Saturday, when baby was at Grandad's, we found all your stash, didn't we? We rescued it from different corners of the house.
Yes.
And we got it all together. So
here's a panic.
Here's a picture that Mammy took of me organising it all. So we got everything out, and then you had a bit of a panic because you couldn't find
My Novita wool.
Your Novita wool. So I don't know much about, but it's this stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this isn't a haul. This was already here, but this is special, isn't it?
I bought this originally, for a crochet project before I got back into knitting. And it smells.
It smells like sheep.
It smells like you're on a farm. It smells like when I used to go on holiday to Cumbria at my Auntie Sheila's, a little place called Armathwaite. And lovely. But it's lovely and soft. It's got a little bit of itch to it.
Yeah, I couldn't wear it.
You will once it's washed and blocked and what have you, it's much softer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I thought I'd lost it. It was, to me, it was a luxury item.
Well, it was spendy, wasn't it?
It was spendy.
It was spendy. So we found it. So
this is only part of it.
Yeah, this is just a few colours we dug out.
But I cried.
You did cry. You had a little cry.
Because I thought I'd lost
your
it.
children.
I thought, where has it gone? Where can it be?
Where do you put it?
You even went into the loft.
Yeah. But we found it. So all your stash is together.
Yeah.
So you're reunited. We had a little song. Reunited and it feels so good. Please excuse the singing. And I hope we don't get copyrighted. But
yeah, I took a photograph when you were
organising it all. So
and telling me off.
Telling you off for how much DK weight you had.
Yeah.
And how many little balls of remnants you had.
But as knitters and crocheters will know, you need them remnants just because sometimes you need a bit for a cuff or for stitching up or for binding up, whatever. Yeah.
So we will reorganise once you've got your storage built in your what will be your craft room. And but we know now. You know, if you need some DK weight, you know where it is. If you need some sock wool, you know where it is.
Yeah.
So that was fun. So yeah, that was
freeing. It was good. It was nice to know where everything was.
Yeah.
You know where it is because I forget. I come to you last night. Where's the sock wool?
It's in this drawer on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing that we should mention that we're grateful for is for Julie and Alyssa stitching at the cabin. Gave us a little shout out on their last video.
Oh yeah.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Because we've been absent because we've been moving and we didn't have internet for a while, so that's why it's been a while.
Yeah.
But thank you, Julie and Alyssa. They showed my chatelaine as part of their Whip Wednesday, and we had just started this.
Yeah.
So if you're coming over from there, welcome.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy another mammy daughter.
Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? They're just so nice. Yeah.
Yes. So if we're ever over in California,
if ever,
I'll have to go visit. Mm-hmm. If they're ever over here, you'll have to come visit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been okay, hasn't it? Great. To be grateful.
Yeah.
For things. Still hard. We're still in lockdown.
But
we've been living together for 10 weeks. Yeah. That's hard. Hard for Alex living with his mother-in-law. It's okay. Nobody.
Well, everybody. We're all rub along well together.
Yeah. There's no argument.
I think.
It's
just not natural, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. And I think about Rocio from Kukahama Stitchery. She's just moved back to the US from the Bahamas, and she's kind of a nomad at the minute while her house is getting renovated. She just bought a house that she's renovating with her husband, so she's still like sofa surfing.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
Yeah, but this is self-inflicted.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So it's not, we're not in a disaster zone or anything like that.
No.
We're very, very lucky and grateful to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, on to
what we got next?
We're going to talk about finishes.
Ooh.
I haven't got any finishes. You got some finishes?
I've got some finishes.
What do you got finished?
Well, do you remember last time? Well, you will, because I was practicing with the DPNs.
Yes.
And I had done the Dune socks with DPNs, but with this yarn, this West Yorkshire Spinners Robin, and I couldn't see properly the cables, so I changed to a plain.
So is it the first time that you've done cabling?
Yeah.
First time you've done cabling, first time you were using DPNs.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the first time I'd done cabling, it was the first time I'd done DPNs and following a graph pattern.
Right, so there was a lot going on at once.
Yeah. So anyway, they are put to side once you all move out. Then I've got headspace.
Yes.
And, yeah. So I decided to just do a vanilla pair of socks on DPNs, just to get used to using the DPNs. I think I've spoiled myself with the magic loop. I prefer the magic loop, I must say.
Alright.
But I can now work with DPNs. Yeah. And I think the DPNs would be good for if I do gloves. So if I'm doing the fingers and that, so you need really teeny. Yeah.
Okay.
And what did you think of DPNs?
Oh, they were difficult. Yeah.
Because you had a little go, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll put the picture up here as well. That I worked on these socks. I think we figured out where I was. The tension's just slightly off, but it's not disastrous, and I didn't drop any stitches.
No, you said to me, did you pull any out, Mummy? And I said, no, they're all fine. Everything's fine.
It was really difficult. I don't know how you hold them, where you put them.
Yeah.
How to get your tension right when you turn the corner.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah. So that was that finish.
Nice pair of socks.
Nice pair of socks. And I always do my socks longer than the pattern. I don't like it where it comes just sort of.
You like them above your calf.
I like them on my calf.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
Not sitting below.
Yeah. So the other finish was, which I showed, I think we showed last time, was the gathering cape. Do you want to?
Oh, so this is from the Outlander knitting book.
But at the time I didn't have the correct yarn.
So you just use whatever. I can't see where that. Can you see?
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah, okay. But that's like a sort of a knobbly yarn, so it's got
a knobbly. Is that technical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just used what I had in the weight. So it was a Women's Institute just from Hobbycraft. And I made it longer because it's for Elizabeth.
Yeah, my sister.
Your sister. So she's much taller than you.
Broader shoulders.
So it comes up to this and get a little
so it'll
fastener.
sit like that when it's on Elizabeth.
Yeah. And that'll be her shoulders.
And then a little.
And it'll just be for her shoulders.
Just while she's sat at the computer.
Yeah. And if she wants to pull
lovely.
that up, she can pull that up a bit, but it keeps her little neck. Yeah. So, but it's got to be washed and blocked first.
Right. And then fan toggle.
And then, yeah. So, I suppose it's not finished, but it's off my needles.
It's not an FFO, it's an FO. It's not a fully finished object, it's just a finished object.
Oh, well now I didn't know about that.
So that's what we say in cross-stitching. So if you finish stitching the pattern, it's an FO, but an FFO is like you put it in a frame or you've made it into a pillow.
Right. So it's usable.
Yeah. So you can have an FO.
So it's an FO.
Not an FFO.
Yeah. But it'll soon be an FFO. Because I've got,
That's your only two finishes?
Yes, that was it. Considering,
It's good to get two finishes in when everything else is happening around you.
Yeah, and, where Anna's sleeping, what have you, or when she's around, now she's so active, you can't do anything.
She climbed the stairs yesterday.
Yeah, so
she's
safety gates are on their way.
She's 10 months on Thursday, and she climbed the stairs.
I think she's going to be a little bit a female Bear Grylls.
Oh yeah,
she likes to investigate.
Oh, she does. She likes little screws.
She likes to look at how the pram's made.
Yeah.
And fascinated with my Actifry.
Yeah, buttons. She's like her dad.
Yeah. But no, safety first, so we need the
we bought safety gates.
So we'll just put it behind the safety gates while we craft.
Just get one of them little pens. Yeah. Just use it there. Mammy and Grandma are going to craft.
Yeah.
So whips. I didn't ask how many whips you've got. Shall I do one of mine?
Yeah.
Like alternate?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously I haven't got all my things here at Mum's. I just brought a few little patterns to work on. Everything else is under dust sheets at the house, which is a bit scary. So I brought True Veil Stitch Kits St Mary's Island, Sunny St Mary's. This has been really fun because I've just been like outlining bits of colour, and then I know I can go in and just fill it in when I'll just get the project out in my needle and thread, and I know where I'm doing it. So I worked a lot down here, like more of the island and into the sea where there's some different colours. So I've just blocked that out. So I've done what I normally don't do and done a lot of half stitches to then go, I can't remember, it's continental stitch that I do, is it? European stitch. Well, I usually do a whole cross at a time, but I think a lot of people are taught, I can't remember what it's called, or somebody correct me, but you do the half stitch
and then go back.
Yeah. But I've never done that.
Yeah.
But it's been good for this
project.
reason.
Yeah.
Just to get
filled
in. And then I can just say, yeah, that's that colour. I can colour inside the lines. With that. So that's been fun. That's coming along. And Jen, the designer, said she'd never seen anybody do that before. So that's fun.
And I had a lovely messaging with Jen.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I think I'd liked something on one of her stories, and she did a little message, and I said about our bio, why my Instagram's our bio knit and crochet, because I was born at the Roman fort, and her grandparents used to live at the back of that Roman fort, and she used to go and visit it.
So you probably know her family.
My mum probably does.
Yeah.
Small
world.
So we had a lovely, back and forth conversation. That was nice. And it was nice because it was about home.
Yeah.
When I've been away from home so long.
Yeah.
So that was
all
lovely.
this like coming back to the northeast from down south.
Yeah.
So
that was lovely.
Nice. Oh, so do you want to do one of your whips?
One of my whips is my cardigan, because I've got jumpers and I haven't got any like a cardigan, because I get hot, then I get cold. Take it off. And so instead of over with me gammy shoulders and neck, I can just slip off.
Good.
So this is fairly simple. Well, it would have been fairly simple. So do you want to hold that?
I can hold it, yeah.
So it's just some cabling. It is called, what's called Staggered. It's Staggered Cardigan. It's just from a Knit Now magazine. Yeah.
I like this colour.
Yeah, that's a mustard, and it's the Women's Institute from Hobbycraft. It's the only sort of Aran weight that I had, but my hands needed to do something. But when I was doing it, I was keep getting this bottom bit. When I first started it, I was keep losing stitches, and my staggered was staggering like it was drunk all over the place. So one side was okay, but this end side was like not good. So I was counting and then counting back and counting the pattern stitches, and whoever's printed out the pattern has missed knit 2 after.
Oh, okay. So the pattern's wrong.
Yeah, the pattern's wrong.
But you figured it out.
But I figured it out, yeah. I don't know if you're supposed to. Somebody will have taught them. Or if you're supposed to tell them, I don't know.
When was the magazine from?
Just recently, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Issue 121. I don't know.
Yeah, they do pattern corrections sometimes in magazines.
Yeah, from previous.
Yeah. But surely she would have had, I'm surmising it's a she, whoever's designed the pattern had testers and would have picked it up.
Yeah, maybe it's just a print error rather than a...
It could be just a print error, yeah.
But glad you found it, glad you figured it out.
Yeah, and then it's just, it's nice. I like working with this yarn, it's lovely and soft.
Can I have this one?
It's going to be a bit big for you, Pet.
Oh, alright. Can you make me one?
Yeah.
I like a cable. Is this a cable? Yeah. But you can get different types of cable.
Oh yeah, you can do all sorts with cables. Some people are really, really clever because they are cable needles, but actually they're not cable needles. They're just old DPNs of grandmas. But some people can cable without a cable needle. So they actually let loose of 2 stitches, let them just float. I would be scared in case I lose them. But some yarns are very forgiving for that, so they'll stay put. They won't sort of slide and slip down.
Goodness.
But no, I'm not that confident.
Beautiful. Does that take you a long time?
You can see actually where I've gone wrong there. I didn't pull down. Can you see how there's that? That's a knit 2 and that's a knit 2 to there. And I was just filling it in. I should have really unpicked it, but it's only for me. And it's on the sleeve side.
You can see the difference this side to this side.
Yeah. And then I figured out...
But it looks the same on the front.
Yeah.
My backs look terrible.
Yeah. So, and then I just thought, that's not right. So I just kept putting purl 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did some sums and thought, no, there's a knit 2 missing. So, yeah.
Well, you figured it out. Well done, Mummy.
So that's a nice, easy project that I can... Yeah.
Okay, so my next one...
Oh, yeah, I remember you doing this.
Is this. Let me show you the pattern. So this is Little House Needleworks Needleworker.
Might be a bit shiny, Helen. Push it forward a bit. See? Yeah, sun's shining.
We had lovely light because it was overcast and now it's too bright, so we've got the blinds closed.
Yeah.
That's that. This one has been an absolute headache.
You've sworn with this one, I've heard you.
I've sworn at this one several times. I don't know why. I've made so many mistakes in
You've
this.
frogged a lot.
I've frogged a lot. I've fudged a lot. But it looks fine. It was just a little thing for me to do because I liked having a little...
Which bit was it that...
I started with this E in the middle. This was like the middle of the pattern, and then I went this way to find the end, and then I'm like kind of trailing back. So this E, I had put an extra row in somewhere. So then everything was off from there. So then these E's I've had to do wrong to make it
match.
all right. And then this W was wrong, and this isn't in the middle like it's supposed to be. I don't really care. But it was frustrating when you find things and you just think, how do you make so many mistakes on one pattern?
Yeah.
On a little pattern.
Yeah.
I think it's more mistakes than it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just wanted it. Sorry, these are all my threads that were like, I got to the end of where my key snap was. So.
But isn't that funny? You've made mistakes, but fudged it, and I've made mistakes, fudged it a bit.
Yeah.
But it makes it then unique to...
Well, yeah, and not that anyone's going to know that it's wrong. And I don't really...
But it's not wrong, is it?
It's unique. But I just like this for... I just want to hang it up because I want to have like my little cross-stitch framed like little pieces like around my little stitch corner. So I just want it to be done now because I'm annoyed at it too much.
Was it something with the beak or something of the bird? Was that
bird? Oh, this is awful. Sorry, I'm like all confused.
Yeah.
There we go.
Was it its eye or its beak last time you were saying? It looked a bit...
I don't know. It looked angry before I put the stitch in for its eye, and then I think I put it too high because I counted it from something that was already wrong. This leaf thing was wrong. It was just all wrong. It was all wrong.
But unless you told me that story, I would never have known.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm not mad at it. Anymore. I've let it go. But yeah, it's been a pain, and I don't know why. For such a little pattern, everything's been wrong. It's just one of them things. I think it's just cursed. Oh. So, I haven't said anything about what this is. I think this is 32 count raw linen or something with the called for classic colour works. I'm really terrible at this. I haven't got my little book. Classic colour works. And that's been fun to use some overdyed floss. with the variegation.
Overdyed.
So it's like floss that is dyed, I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, if Classic Colourworks does this, but it's like a coloured base and then they add a bit of dye to it to make it variegated.
Alright.
So if you can see, like in D, how it's like different shades.
Oh, yes.
So
yeah.
that's all one thread.
Right.
And I'm not particularly good at blending it at the minute. But I kind of like the way that this is turning out. But if it was something else, it probably needed a bit more blending.
Yeah, it's very subtle.
Yeah, you can't see it from back here.
Yeah.
And some of them are more blended than others, like this white for the thread. That isn't at all. But this, like the berries, that's probably a better. That's all one thread. That's red currant. It's really pretty. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I want this done and framed and on my wall, and then I don't have to.
Which wall are you going to put it on?
Probably behind the sofa.
All right. In the
In
corner.
the corner, yeah. Yeah. So that was that work. What's your next whip?
My next whip is another pair of socks. But it is brand new, or I think the last week and a half, 2 weeks maybe, is Winwick Mom. You'll have heard me talk about it before because that's where I learned.
Is it Winwick or is it Winnick?
Winwick Mom.
But you like to just say Winwick.
Well, because I've already, and then I realised it's Winwick Mom. It's a place. Winwick is a place. And she has collaborated with West Yorkshire Spinners, who she does like the Christmas socks and the Christmas socks pattern to do 4 seasons. So spring, summer, autumn, winter. And because it was COVID, she couldn't go into the actual dye shop and pick the colours. So they had to do it by photographs.
Oh.
Yeah. So she has a story to each season and has the photographs of different things she takes on a walk when she goes with a dog or a small child. What do you call it? A small child?
Small child. Where she gets the inspiration
That's where she gets the inspiration from, and thinking back. And so there's lots of thought gone into it. And so she's done a pattern book with it as well, which is very beginner friendly because, have you got the book there?
Oh, it was in your haul. We have we'll do it on haul.
Yeah. Right, well, we'll do that on haul then. So yes, I've just started a new pair of socks, but I haven't started using.
So this was
the spring
collab wool. So
I've started with, so the pattern is just for 1 sock at a time, but I've do me 2 socks at a time, which I learnt that from Very Pink Knits. So it's a different cuff. It's not just your normal knit 2, purl 2, knit 1, purl 1. It's a bit like the Dune socks cuff.
So this is the spring sock.
But I've used chocolate lime because there's chocolate lime in it. And the chocolate lime was left.
So this is a solid that you're using for the cuff.
Yeah, the cuff and the toes. Because the socks that in the pattern are again sort of just like about that much above the ankle. And I
so you
like
want them
longer. So I don't want to use up all of the, yeah. In case I didn't have any left. And I didn't want to play yarn chicken, so I used the chocolate lime.
That is very, like, bright.
Spring.
Yes.
Daffodil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Goes well.
It goes well, yeah, because it goes with the candy stripe for the Christmas socks.
Yes.
Yeah. So I started those last night.
Just because she came in last night. Was that not filming tomorrow? Yes, we're filming tomorrow. Where's my sock wool? Because I want to cast on a new star.
Yeah, well, I was very excited to get.
I should drop that.
Yeah. And become a sockaholic, I think. It was so satisfying to do from years and years of thinking it was something magical. How do people do it? There must be like witches or something that can do these things.
Just magic sock.
Yeah. Because the first sock I ever made was a crochet one for Elizabeth. A crochet sock, yeah.
I don't like the thought of woolen socks.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, like, I just think of it scratchy, nasty. Ugh. I'm sure you'll prove me wrong. You'll make me socks out of something really nice.
Yeah.
But then I think crocheted, and I think big holes where my like toes would poke through.
Yeah. Well, then maybe you've got a prejudice against crochet, because crochet doesn't always have to have holes in. It's just because you've been used to, when I first started crocheting, all I could do was granny squares.
Yes, that's my thought. So please correct me.
I will.
You can make me some nice socks and cardigans that don't have holes in.
And that's not scratchy.
And not scratchy.
Because you're very sensitive. Yeah.
I don't microfiber. That's my worst. Microfiber cloths, like cleaning cloth.
Yeah.
I can't touch them.
No. Right. I won't make you out of microfiber then.
No. So my next whip was a new start, actually. So this is Sapphire Mountain Handcraft Stitching Book Club Stitch Along Sense and Sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the book. I haven't started the book yet. I don't
do
know
an audio book.
I know. I think I'm gonna have to, because I don't have time to read books. I just like the smell of them. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have time to read 22 chapters in 2 weeks with Anna around, but I'm just enjoying the stitching, and that's fine. So the pattern is on blue fabric, the original pattern, and then she's done a colour conversion for white fabric. So I'm doing it on white fabric because I didn't have any blue fabric. I have ordered some, but it's not come in time. So I just started. So this is my little start on it. So this is 25 count, just white linen, and I'm doing it 1/1. So it's gonna be teeny. She commented on my thing saying that it's gonna be really small, and then I panicked and I thought I might be doing it wrong. But I'm just gonna go with it. So that's my little start. I've said I want more small things.
Yeah.
So then I go to the opposite.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do 1/1. I mean, I'm no Almond M&M's. She's crazy. She does 1/1 on like 40.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, it's amazing. So this isn't anything on that, but for me this is pretty small. The fabric is a bit loose weave, so I don't know how it's going to look eventually, and I don't know how I'll finish it, because you can obviously see the book through that, me holding it up. So I don't know if I'm pretty happy with that, but we'll see how it turns out, how the whole thing. I think there's 4 parts to this style. So we'll see how it goes. I just want it to be part of the style. Do you have any more whips?
No, I think that's it.
There we are.
Yeah. Talking about the sales, there was a cal to do at start of January, and it was for long socks right up to the knee, like boot socks.
Mm.
But I couldn't because I couldn't start on. Well, I know I could have started even though it wasn't on time, but it was like I wanted to be in the spirit of it. So
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
Cal.
Because some people call them start-alongs. Like, you just start whenever, you finish whenever.
Yeah.
You don't have to. I guess with this book club one, they do have dates for, like, discussions around the books and when the next one is released. But you don't have to stick to it at all.
Yeah.
There's no pressure in a lot of things. But yeah, being in the moment with everything, because she's done ones before that I would like to go back and do that were sales. So I'll just like at Christmas she did the A Christmas Carol, and I saw the end pattern for that and I really like the pattern, so I might just get that at one point. It's not going to be the sale, but that's okay.
Yeah,
it's the end result.
Yeah.
So haul.
I've been very naughty.
We've been doing a lot of retail therapy, haven't we?
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
Where do I start? Well, let's start with Winnick Mum's book.
Yeah, we can go back to that.
With a book.
Where did you put the book?
Here. Yeah. So this is it. And what I love about the book as well is, you hold it up because my shoulders are right, is the ring binder, so that when you open it up,
you find one that's not going to show a pattern.
Yeah.
You can fold it back on itself.
Fold it. Oh.
Why didn't everybody do it?
Yeah. It's just so sensible.
So this is the pattern that you're doing.
That's the ones I'm doing now.
Don't think we showed the pattern. I'm sorry.
No. But this here, that's too short for me. I like them further up.
Yeah.
The leg. Yeah. So that's why I'm starting with a thicker cuff.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't mind.
I'm sure she doesn't.
And then the toe bit I'll do with the chocolate lime as well. Just so that I don't run out of the
what about the heel?
Pretty yarn.
Some people do heels as well.
Well, I've done the heels before in the contrasting yarn, but I think because this is specifically variegated, if I did the heel, I might lose. It's going to be, because there's cabling as well, it's going to take a lot of working out to keep it.
I don't know how it works, so.
Yeah.
But we got this, so we were just flipping through the TV one day. And
you found it, didn't you?
Yeah, and it was just, I saw Winnick Mum on one of the channels, and I'm like, I know that name. And like put it on, and it's a shopping channel. It's, what was it, Yarn Lane. I think it's part of another group of things, but it was Winnick Mum on talking about,
and she was
this
on,
set.
And I didn't recognise her. Is that Christine Perry? Is that Winnick Mum? Because her hair, what I've usually seen it, is quite short and straight, and it was curly, and she looked younger. I thought, I don't know if you're watching this, Christine, but you did. You look much younger, and her hair was lovely. And she was talking about the icicles and things, because there's the 4 seasons. So in the blue socks, there's the.
Show it.
She was talking about that, but she's cleverly made it so that.
So this is the summer one.
Beautiful colours.
I've just noticed that cuff
Yeah.
design. I couldn't really see it there.
Yeah, because it's like sunsets.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's sunsets, yeah. So some of
like
our
that.
photographs that on Instagram are lovely, and then that's autumn.
That's a pretty one. Oh, the light's changing.
Yeah.
So
Frosted ice. Yeah. You like
that's
that?
really cool.
Yeah. So the haul I had to get, so that was one haul. So I saw it and I said, Helen, order it quick and I'll send you the money order.
Quick, because I can't get on my phone quick enough.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out. So that was the. So it was the
quite
book
quick.
and
For the 4 balls of yarn. think it was £34.99, something like that. But what she's done with the book as well is she's written out, you know what I was talking about, the Dune socks following the graph pattern, following it.
You can't do the graph pattern.
It's taken me a while. So she's written it out in a graph pattern, but also in written. And on Yarn Lane, she was saying, you know, try and get used to looking at both. So you get used to the symbols.
This is how people like...
And I just thought she's just the sock queen. She is the sock queen. Really, she is.
You got some of her other books as well?
Yeah.
That you already had?
Yeah.
But it was just one of them fate things that it was on the telly.
Yeah.
And...
So, of course, because I like my socks longer, I had to buy more contrasting yarn.
Wow. You just had to.
So those 4 came with the book, and then just pick the whole lot up, Helen, and show.
Is that far enough back?
It's so squishy. Yeah.
Whole thing. So was this your contrasting?
So, for the it'll be in. I don't know if it's the right one, but also I was thinking, when it comes to, I'm just going to stock up on the yarns and make yarn pegs as well. Elizabeth made me a load of yarn pegs.
Oh, like the sample things, yeah.
So I need to make some yarn pegs as well. For my sock wool now.
Is this like a limited edition?
No, it's new.
It's
new stuff. And I got my the other stuff I got. So I got that from Yarn Lane. Off the TV channel.
Off the TV.
And this is from Wool Warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I usually get my stashes from Wool Warehouse.
Mm-hmm. So this is all...
But, so, of course, at Christmas, I had the Winnick Mum's Christmas, all of the balls there, sock yarn there.
These socks, this Robin sock, is
Robin,
that?
yeah.
That's when we collab with...
I don't know if Winnick Mum does that one, but she does the candy cane, and the pattern for the candy cane.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is the same maker
it's
of the
the
wool.
same West Yorkshire Spinners. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, because you were talking about, make me a cardi, Mum, can you make me something? And I said, well, you don't like this and you don't like that. So I said, well, what about the stash of stuff I got from my Auntie Sheila a couple of Christmases ago, and that I made Anna's hat out of, green stripy hat out of.
Really soft. Gorgeous.
So I ordered a selection.
What is this?
So it's baby drops baby alpaca silk, and it is so soft. So that colour, that's what I'm doing the Dune socks with.
Okay. And then there's this
it's like
heathered grey.
Yeah.
I don't know what they actually call it. Do they have names?
Yeah, it does. It will be
just colour 1760.
But it's grey something.
There's a few. This is the green that Anna's hat
is.
You can see the sheen on it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah, I'll have socks and cardigans of this.
Well, you would, because it's more expensive, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Well, no, you're worth it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So that was that. So, and then, where did it go? Because, that was my other haul. Was never blocked anything before. I've got sock blockers coming from the Ukraine, is that right?
Oh yeah, from Etsy.
Yeah, from Etsy. But these are like for blocking shawls, blankets. So I'm going to block Elizabeth's shawl.
You said you just got these off Amazon.
Yeah.
But they had good reviews.
And I knew that when I was doing my cardigan, I'd need to block that as well. I never ever saw my mum block anything when she used to knit all our jumpers, cardigans, but it gives you a much nicer finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So you can block things now.
Yeah. So that was my naughty.
That was a lot.
But, you know, I'm not out there buying clothes and handbags. That's not my scene.
No. Wool. Stash.
What about you, Helen?
So I got a few things as well. Let me start with this one. So this is, I saw this, I think it was like a sponsored post on Instagram. So it's like a pelmet for pins. So you can like display your pins. So this is from Clawty Cat Crafts. It's a UK...
Clawty.
Like,
how are you spelling it?
C-L-O-R...
Clawty.
Clawty.
Not Clarty.
No, Clawty. I don't know. I'll link her below. Because she makes these. This is like the pastel rainbow. There's like a bright rainbow and a monochrome grey black type one that I sent to Elizabeth because she has lots of pins that she likes to. So I thought it was perfect for needle minders because all my needle minders are just kind of stuck in a bag. So I can hang this in my little corner as well. Have a little display them because I think my needle minders are quite nice. I like to display them, not just keep them in the bag. So that was that. So then I got this needle minder.
Oh, because you were looking for cool needle minder.
Cool. I was on a needle minder kick. So this was made of stardust, and this is from Samantha Claridge on Etsy. I will link her below. So I've just put that on here too. But it's like a good solid enamel one, good magnet. And then also from her shop, because she does lots of like embroidery type things, patterns and kits as well. I got some scissors. Look at that teeny point on that.
Oh, you can get right in.
Right in there and get snippy. And they were just like £4. And then a cool like pen with a galaxy thing. It was like £2. So I added it to my basket because why not? So this is now in my little notebook for our Flosstube. So then on needle minders, I was trying to find more needle minders, and a lot of people just take nice enamel pins and make them into needle minders. And I have some E6000 glue, just like really strong stuff, and some magnets at home. So when I get home, I can make these into magnets, into needle minders. I got this one. Wow, that is reflecting.
Yeah.
There is always light behind the clouds. That's a quote from Little Women, and because the Little Women will be part of the SAL this year from Sapphire Mountain Handcraft Stitching Book Club, I thought I'd get that. But it's chunky. I don't know if it's too heavy. It's like really heavy because it's got 2 pins. This is from Literary Emporium, again on Etsy. But feel that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be good to stick on.
We were just talking about pins earlier and the difference between pins and badges.
Yeah.
And because I always just thought, well, pins was what Americans say for badges, but
you would call this a badge.
If you had it on you,
it
would be a badge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
because badges we used to have on our denim jackets.
And patches and
badges. Freed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would call this a pin because it kind of goes all the way through, and a badge I think would have like a safety pin on the back.
Yeah. But also, when you worked at Disney, you sold lots of pins.
Oh yeah, like pin trading.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pins. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe where I got it from. So maybe it is a bit Americanized. But yes. So I got that, but I don't know. I can't do anything.
It's very, very shiny.
Shiny. But I've decided that I like hard enamel pins rather than soft enamel pins. The hard enamel pins, like this one.
Yeah.
It like, so the enamel goes like right to the top of the...
Right.
I don't know how to describe it.
Frame.
Yeah, the frame. Soft enamel pins, it's just kind of like splushed in there. So I don't think it has as nice of a finish as a hard enamel pin. So when I was looking, I was trying to find hard enamel pins. And I saw on somebody's Instagram, I'm so sorry, I can't remember who it was, about making pins into needle minders. So you have to like snip the pin off and Dremel the back down so it's smooth and attach the magnet. And their tip was to use a peg, like a clothes peg, to keep the...
Oh, keep them together.
Keep the magnet. 'Cause I made some last Christmas, and they were just wooden, so it wasn't too bad because I just sat them on the table and left them. But I did think, like, I wish I could like smush them. Yeah. A peg. It was just like, well, that's just genius. Why didn't I think of that? So if you ever want to make needle minders, do that. But I love this one made of Stardust.
Nice.
Beautiful. So that was all my haul. I do have some more coming for some more colours for the sow and some fabric that I just decided, but it hasn't come yet, so that'll probably be next time.
Yeah.
So, have you got any plannings for new starts or?
Well, no, I'm going to continue with what I've got, because the only time I do any knitting now is if on an evening when I come up to bed.
Yeah.
Or if I have an upstairs day.
Yes.
I had an upstairs day.
A good mental health day.
Sometimes you had a mental health day.
Yes, Mammy gave me a mental health day. She looked after Anna downstairs where I came up and
brought you a sandwich and
I got a room service,
chocolate.
It was lush.
You needed it though.
I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only time that we get to do it when little one's not around and when we're all on top of each other. When we go back home, when all that's finished, we could probably get into more of a routine. But yeah. So just whatever happens, not really plans. I don't really have any plans other than carry on with what I've got. Probably prioritise my saddle just so I know that I've got that done.
Yeah.
By the time the next one comes out, and then work on finishing my Needleworker, and then dipping into St Mary's whenever. That's all. I haven't got anything new to start.
No, I've got plenty to keep me going.
You got all your stash here. It's weird not being near your stash.
Oh, yes. Do you see what I mean?
I do, because I had to do an expedition under the dust sheet to find my thread stash so I could start my saddle.
Did the builder laugh at you?
No, because I went in and I shut the door and I pretended that I wasn't there. Don't mind me, I'm just stashed. I was literally stash diving.
The dust is just...
I'm going to have to get cleaners in.
Yeah. You
before,
can't.
Because I can't clean that.
It needs 3 or 4 people at the same time doing it, because otherwise you'll just spread the dust from one place to another unless they've got it. I don't know how they do it.
No. Well, on that, so that's all the stitching talk that we've got. Yeah. And so if you don't want life update and you don't want to hear about house moves and house renovations, we shall see you another time. Thank you for joining us. And if you like listening into people's lives like I do, please stick around. So, I guess we should start at the beginning. So, last time we filmed, it was like we hadn't even...
Was it the day before Christmas, the day before New Year's Eve? I think we did the last one.
No, we filmed in January.
Did we?
Yeah, 20th of January.
Oh, the day before I moved.
Yeah.
That's right.
Easy.
Yeah. Old lady's brain.
Yeah, so I think we hadn't figured out when we were going to move Mam in. We didn't know when you were going to get the keys. We had...
It went on a bit longer then.
It should have.
Yeah. Which they always do.
But when we knew Mum was moving up here, when we knew she got this house, and we kind of had an idea of when she would be moving in, that's when we talked to our builder of when he would start work. So he started work on the 25th of January. And we said, oh, that'll be fine. That gives us ages because Mum's moving in at the beginning of January.
Yeah.
Gives us all time to... And no. So we were still like waiting for the solicitor, and it was...
Well, my solicitor left.
Yeah, and she didn't know. You didn't know that she'd left.
Yeah.
It was just when you messaged her.
Sent an email, sorry, she's left.
So there was like 2 weeks where nobody had been looking after you. So we were kind of 2 weeks behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got the keys on the 22nd.
Got the oh, goodness me. Got the keys on the 22nd. So, obviously, excited. Rushed round. Helen, with baby in the pram, came to have a look because the house is empty. And Anna had such a meltdown. My goodness me.
So, in lockdown, we've not been anywhere. She's not met a lot of people. She's been to...
One other house,
two houses. Our house and my dad's house.
Yeah.
So she came... Oh, we went to Grandma's house that time, and she didn't like that either. She totally freaked out. When your life is 2 houses, and all of a sudden that grows by 50% by coming to another house.
Poor baby.
She was inconsolable.
Oh. And we just thought, how we're going to do, what you going to do?
Well, yeah, because we were moving in, and it's like, if she doesn't like this house, if she doesn't want to be in this house, what are we going to do? We just deal with it, but it was a bit... Oh.
It was.
Bit scary. And then you had doubts of like when...
Oh, I said, my God, what have I done? It's too small because I've moved from such a big house to... Well, it's not a huge house, but it was...
No, but you are downsizing because it's just you. Yeah. So it's definitely an adjustment.
2 living rooms and a huge kitchen to 1 living room and a little kitchen.
And the previous owners like hadn't cleaned when they left, and just they haven't
took things that anyway it
was all a bit of a oh my God, what have we done? And then so it was a panic to get the removal men to come on the Saturday because we needed to move everybody.
Needed to move some stuff from your house as well.
So Mum's like taken one of our beds because we had to clear the rooms that were getting remodeled. So it was logistically trying to figure all that out, and it was stress. That was a stressful weekend.
Yeah, and I think on the Friday night, or the Friday afternoon, I stayed with Anna, and you and Alex came and cleaned the best you could.
Well, yeah, because they had a cat, and they hadn't cleaned, like they hadn't vacuumed, they hadn't done anything, and Mum has asthma, so we had to come and clean, just clean the cupboards, before we put stuff in. And you think, I mean, the previous owners of this place they're a bit of a enigma. But yeah.
So then on the Saturday, your dad had...
Yeah, my dad took Anna.
And we just stood and watched those magnificent remover men.
The heroes, because these were
fantastic. They come to my rescue 150 miles away. So
I don't know if we told the story when Mum
when I was moving up.
was moving up, so she had sold her house, she was moving out of the house, and she was going to move in with us while this house the sale was going through. So the morning that she was supposed to move 150 miles up the country, the removal men cancelled. What do you do? So with the help of the storage company, we found removals people to come down.
Dean was just fantastic.
To come and save you, bring it all back up and put it in the storage unit.
Yeah.
So we got him, because he was fantastic, to move everything out of the storage unit into the house.
Because the other thing was that I no longer had a car.
No. There's no car. So it's just Alex's car, because I don't drive. So we couldn't get everything in the car. Oh.
Yeah.
So that was stressful. And then you're moving everything in and then realising you've got far too much stuff and it's not going to all fit. I mean, it did all fit. But, like, all these boxes here are just books. Boxes, and it goes back there. Boxes and boxes of books. I don't know where you're going to put them all.
I've told you.
Oh, she's going to put them around the ceiling. Like, she's going to get little shelves. I think that's such a cute idea.
Above the doors.
Above the doors and all the way around the rooms to put all her books on.
I got rid of loads. There's about 4 boxes of books. I got one more because I gave some back to Relate.
Mm-hmm. But still, like, you didn't know if your sofa was going to fit.
I know.
You didn't know.
But of course, we'll have all of Anna's things, like a steriliser, all her milk, all the stuff. So the cupboard space I had where I was living by myself, it was just luxurious, really.
Yeah.
And here it's like, Mum, you can't have this, and you can't have that. This has to go.
You can't have.
No, keep it. Put it in the shed. Put it in the cupboard. No, I'll keep it.
Put it in the loft. I might use it.
But it's getting my mind thinking, I'm in a different stage of my life.
Mm.
And you're the one that's doing the Christmas dinners and the Easters and the...
So you don't need 6 pans and 3 roasting trays and...
No. And it's a bit sad.
Yeah.
Letting go of that part of my life is... Oh, goodness me, getting up.
Oh, Mammy!
It's been a bit. But of course I haven't really experienced it because I've got you all living with me.
Yeah, you were living with us and now immediately...
So I haven't experienced...
Living in this house by yourself.
Living in this house by myself. I'm still in the little room in the single bed like I was before.
Yeah,
when I'd got rid of a load of stuff.
We've got the master room. Obviously for me and Alex. And then Anna's sleeping downstairs. And Mum's in what will be her craft room on a single bed. I feel so bad, but
that's all right. That doesn't worry me. It's oh my goodness.
Hopefully it will be like another 2 weeks before we move back home.
But then we took a walk over. Oh, you went over, didn't you, to see when the builders first started?
Yeah, so we moved in
on the
Saturday, Sunday, and then they started on the Monday. Like, we went over and opened up for them, and they've got a key, and they just come and go as they please. So they started on the Monday, and then, so the plan was to completely replaster the hall, the stairwell, the landing, and 2 of the bedrooms. New doors, all new woodwork, door frames, skirting boards, new banister, all the differences, all the gubbins. Like, we'll get new carpet eventually. Because the house is like 1950s. And it was like an old lady that lived there, and then she died, so they just kind of whitewashed everything, put in a new kitchen and sold it to us. So it was good, but it needed a lot of care and attention, so we had to strip everything back. So we were there on the Monday when they started taking plaster off the walls, and it's just crumbling because it's so old and horrible. And then he comes downstairs, so I'm in the kitchen freezing because the heating isn't on, and we're getting the meters changed, the electric and the gas meter changed to smart meters. So
did it all. Don't do things by heart.
Oh no, we just like invite all of the people around at the same time. So I'm still there, and the builder comes downstairs and he says, so Helen, can you come upstairs because I need to show you something? I'm like, oh God, like it's been an hour. It hasn't even been half a day. And I'm like, okay, I am prepared for things to go wrong and things to, crop up that we hadn't thought about. So he's taken like the plaster off the walls. Everything's a mess already, like within an hour. It's just total carnage upstairs. And he's like started to take the plaster off the ceiling, and it's that horrible like textured ceiling. And this builder had like redone the nursery for us before Anna was born, so that she could have like a nice room.
Yeah, it's like Artex, isn't it?
Artex.
Yeah.
And he just like put new plaster over the ceiling, so didn't try and take it off because that's but her room's just like a small
box room
area of space. So he tries to do it in our room, like the master bedroom, and the ceiling is like bouncing. He's poking it with a stick and it's bouncing, and I'm like, So he says, I think you need new ceilings, and I'm like, okay, fine, this is fine. How much money is new ceilings? And he's like, it's fine, it'll be a little bit extra, it won't blow your budget, but it kind of needs doing, because if I just plaster over this, then it's going to crack and it's not going to be nice. I'm like, right, it's fine, yes, we're doing everything, we're taking everything back to brick, we need new ceilings. So I go back downstairs, and like an hour after that, he comes downstairs, you know, this banging and crashing, and oh God, I just don't want to listen to it. I'm sat in the kitchen freezing, like trying to watch Flosstube to keep me sane. And he looks like he's climbed up a chimney.
Right.
He is just black, head to toe, covered in nasty, like, what, 70 years worth of grime that's come from the ceiling. And he's like, oh, that was fun. And I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna get some coffee. And I'm like, yes, you have some coffee, you sit down, and you take a break, you. And he's just like, so by the time the meter guy was done and I could like leave them to carry on, they had taken off the plaster, taken down the ceilings, and put new plasterboard up on the ceilings and like braced it, because he'd taken it down, and I saw it when it was taken down, and we only had like joists going one way, so he wanted to like reinforce the joists to make it more stable. So he'd already done that, and it was just like, wow. So after that, I came back here, and I had this vision that I would go around to the house every day and kind of see how it was going. But after that, I was like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back round. So Alex is working from home. He's not going into the office, but
had no internet.
We had no internet here for the first 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. So he has to work from home at my dad's house. So he has to like go. So, what, for the past year, I've been used to him just being upstairs
popping
at work
down at
and popping
lunchtime.
down and taking coffee and what have you. So we thought like we could walk around together, but he was never here. So on the Friday when he finished work, we were like, we have to go see the house, and it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
So we had a built-in cupboard in the other double room. It's hard to explain. It's like not a walk-in cupboard, but a cupboard that was like all bricked in, so you couldn't just take out the cupboard. And I know from other houses around the area that I know, when we were looking at houses for you to buy, I was showing Mum, like, there is like the identical cupboard
on the other wall, in the other room. Yeah,
it's really hard to explain. There's like our room, the other double room share the wall. One room has a cupboard of half the wall, and in the other room it's like another cupboard.
Yeah.
But in our room, that cupboard had been blocked off in order to put in like built-in wardrobes.
Yeah.
Not quite IKEA, like flat pack. I think they built it out of an old kitchen or something.
Yeah.
It was horrible. But because that covered one entire wall, you wouldn't be able to get to the door of that built-in cupboard, so they just blocked it up. So I'm trying to explain this to my builder of like, I want that cupboard taken out from the other side, so that other double room gets, and he's like, I think that's a wall. And I'm like, no, I know that it's a cupboard because I've seen these other houses. Yeah. They're all built the same. So then he starts whacking into this breeze block. And I'm putting pictures as I'm talking. But when it like broke through to this cupboard, and it had just been left. I mean, there was a picture in there. There was like photographs left in this cupboard. Hooks left on the wall. The clothes rail. They just blocked up the door and left it. And all this space. So I've got an extra,
oh gosh, 5
square meters of space. And my builder was really surprised. He was like, wow, that's...
Yeah.
It's like, I told you. And I knew that I was going to get that space. So that space that's all been taken out, that looks like a bomb hit it in this picture. I'm just going to put wardrobes back up in that space, but there'll be more space efficient.
Yeah. Because we didn't know what would be in that cupboard. There could have been a dead body. There could have been anything.
I was scared. I didn't want to be there when he did it. But it was quite funny when. Yeah, we didn't know what was going to be in there. Thankfully, it was just a photograph, an old photograph of probably the person that lived there before, but we don't know. But just why? I ask so many why questions about this house. Why? There's like...
Built big boxes around a small pipe. And lost so much room for a small pipe.
Our builders are also like put pipes that were just like randomly stuck out the wall, like would come out the wall and back in. He's like put them back in the wall, so I have a smooth wall.
Yeah. He's done a brilliant job.
I'm just so happy. But there's a lot still to do. So we've still got...
So you're here longer then? Yeah.
Well, it was kind of as soon as the ceilings were mentioned, it was like that adds some time. And he had quoted us 3 weeks initially, and I was like, there's no way that's going to be 3 weeks. So I've never put
time in
a move-in date back, because I know I'll just be disappointed. So he's going to paint everything. He's going to paint all the woodwork. And then his wife has like a cleaning business, so then she's going to come in and clean everything for us.
Yeah.
Then we're getting all new carpets throughout. There's a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I'd be able to do it all. Like, when we bought the house, we knew that it needed a lot of work. It was perfectly livable, but in order to kind of get it how we wanted it, and hopefully we're going to be in this house for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing it for us. We're not doing it like
to sell.
Yeah. Or, you know, so we're going for the nice finish rather than the cheap finish and get our money back or whatever. So I thought we would just be able to do like one room at a time kind of thing, because we'd have to like live in one room while it was getting done. There was no way that we could live in that house while it was like that.
No.
So thankfully, Mammy coming up here and us being able to live with her, and we're just around the corner, so I can just walk around. I'm not too far away to keep an eye on things.
Yeah, and being here, you've learnt new skills. Alex taught you to wire a weird plug.
I've learnt how to wire plugs.
Because I didn't have a washing machine or a tumble dryer or a fridge.
So we've done a lot of work for Mum.
Yeah.
For her moving in, getting everything set up.
And you wonder why we needed a mental health day. Why we need an upstairs day.
It's true. Like you think why am I not coping well? Why?
What do you think, Helen?
It's been a bit difficult, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And just not being able to go out. I'm trying to like find lights online, and I had a whole issue with ordering the new ward
down. Oh my goodness! I ordered. Somebody had died. I really did.
So because we're spending so much on the refurb, we just wanted IKEA, like the PAX system wardrobe. It's gonna look lovely. It's gonna fit nicely. But we didn't want to get like built-in. We didn't want to spend like half of what we spent on the whole house on built-in wardrobes.
Yeah.
But because of the pandemic, the stock of wardrobes from IKEA, like the system, has been nil. You can't go into the shop to get the stuff. You have to order it. If it's not in stock at the national warehouse, then you can't order it. And it was like that for a couple of months, and then I thought, we can't move back in until we build these wardrobes, because you've got to build them on the floor.
And you've got a huge bed.
And we have a super king bed, so once the bed's in, like, we wouldn't be able to build the wardrobes. So the wardrobes have to be built before we move back in. And I'm thinking, how long is it going to be before they're back in stock? One day I just checked, and then all of a sudden lots of things were back in stock. So I ordered them, thought they're going to be delivered on the 13th, like Saturday. Perfect, it's a Saturday. Alex will be off, so we can, like, you know, it's 2 men that deliver, but, you know, Alex being there. And then I never got a call, like the text or the email to say that, yes, we're coming to deliver tomorrow. And I checked, and it's the 13th of March. And I just felt so stupid. Because
you know what you reminded me of? When you were about 14, you did something or said something, and you sat at the bottom of the stairs, and you're hitting your head like that, saying, "Silly stupid Dobby, stupid Dobby, stupid Dobby."
Yeah, that's how
That's what she was like. She was like, "Dobby."
Yeah. Because I've
let everybody down. I can't even do a
Nobody else
thing.
was bothered.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's getting delivered next month. That's okay. We'll just live in the spare room.
I'm stupid.
I was just so stupid because Grace from Innocent Bones had exactly the same thing happen to her. She ordered some storage for her studio, and she like checked the IKEA thing and said, oh, it's delivering next month, like of the same day. And I thought, wouldn't that be funny if that happened to me? And I checked, and I swear it said February. because I had checked, because Grace had gone through that. And
yeah.
So that kind of made it even worse that I had checked it because it had happened to somebody else and I was still wrong. So wardrobes aren't getting here until March. So
which is fine.
It's fine.
You just move into the other room.
Yeah, we'll have to have the bed, because the bed is huge. It's a super king bed. And we had to take it downstairs to put in the kitchen, because the kitchen's not getting renovated at the minute, under a dust sheet and everything. So we have to get it back upstairs. I don't know how we're going to get that bed upstairs. We just kind of let it fall down the stairs to get it downstairs. So to get it upstairs and then put it in a room that it's not actually going to live in, that's going to hurt. Because then we're going to have to move it again.
Yeah. But it is, for some reason, why we have these little...
I don't know what the reason is, that the universe decided that that was an okay thing to do. But everything happens for a reason.
It does.
I just don't know what that is at the minute.
Well, yeah, but I think, you know, with my removal men cancelling at the very last minute.
That was awful. And you didn't know why.
And I didn't know why. But maybe it was because they weren't very good removal men. They would have damaged my...
Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
And maybe it was because Dean needed the job. Or, you don't know. Everything's aligned behind the, you know, what you don't see.
It still hurt though. It still hurt that I'd made that mistake. So now I'm trying to find lighting and new furniture and things. And when you can't go into a shop to look at things, it's difficult. Very difficult.
But, you know, we'll have to think, you know, what was saw on the news last night.
Oh, God.
Yemen. There's
it just puts it all in perspective. Like, I don't even know why I'm...
Yeah.
I'm complaining.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Be grateful that you've got such small problems to worry you.
First world problems.
Yeah.
First world problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is what's...
It's a reality check. That news piece was just horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does. Brings you back into focus. Keep going. Yeah. It'll all be okay.
Was there anything else that's happened? Just kind of the two houses thing. We've not been anywhere. We've not seen anybody because it's still lockdown.
Yeah.
There'll be another week before we find out what the plan is from our Prime Minister. Not holding out any.
Well, they've just got to keep ramping up with the vaccinations. And we've just got to be patient, stay patient, and be grateful. Be grateful for the niggles that we have got, because they're nothing in comparison to
what some people are
what some people got. And no, I understand that somebody else's problem doesn't make your problem
any less viable.
Yeah, but you know, you spend a lot of the emotional energy. You could be spending it on something else.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
it's all good. It's exciting getting house renovation done. I can't wait to move back in because I'm kind of done living with you. I love you and stuff, but I want to go home.
I nearly sent you home the other day.
To go live in the dust.
Because you were being cheeky. Yeah. So, yeah, and I'm looking forward to, although I love you all very much, I'm looking forward to living in my house and getting into this room, because this is the master bedroom, and it's a big bedroom. It's much bigger than
Huge.
my last bedroom. And where I'm going to put everything, and it's just going to be so nice to get everything in its place.
Do you think we'll miss each other? And it'll be like, can I come round for a cup of tea?
I think
no,
at
we won't
first,
talk to each other for like a month.
No, I don't think at first, because of course you'd be going back to work.
Yeah, I go back to work end of March.
So I think we're very good at being alone. But
yes.
And it has took us time to find the rhythm of being around each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'd be just you and Anna most days.
Yeah.
Or me by myself most days. So we're good at being by ourselves, but we've, I think we've done all right. We're doing more than surviving.
Yes, we're more than surviving right now.
Before we felt we were good surviving.
We were just treading water. Now it's...
Yeah, my back is starting to...
We're rambling, so are we going to say goodbye to the nice people?
Say bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And I hope all your problems are tiny ones.
Yes, and you get lots of crafting done, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So, stay safe, stay happy, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, we won't be so long this time.
Bye.
Bye.